Milo World was a grayscale canvas, painted with anxiety. He was a quiet observer, his heart aflutter with fear. The hallways of his high school echoed with whispers, and every glance felt like a spotlight. Milo's mind was a tempest, a whirlwind of what-ifs and should-haves. His sanctuary was the library. One rainy afternoon, a flyer caught his eye. Mindfulness Workshop, Navigating Stormy Seas. Intrigued, Milo followed the arrow to a small room. The facilitator, Mrs. Rodriguez, welcomed him with a warm smile. The room smelled of incense and hope. "Close your eyes," Mrs. Rodriguez said. "Breathe. Feel the ground beneath you." Milo confided in his best friend, Carlo. They sat on the swings, toes skimming the grass. Carlos's eyes held empathy, the kind that transcends words. "I get it," Carlo whispered. "Anxiety's my unwelcome guest, too." Together, they practiced grounding techniques. They'd count the leaves on a tree, or trace their fingers along the cracks in the sidewalk. Milo learned that vulnerability wasn't weakness. It was a bridge connecting hearts. Milo joined a support group at school. Teens like him gathered in a circle, sharing stories. Some had panic attacks during math class. Others feared public speaking. They laughed, cried, and lifted each other up. Milo realized he wasn't broken. He was a mosaic of resilience. Dr. Rodriguez listened as Milo spilled his fears. "You're not alone," the therapist assured him. "Anxiety isn't a flaw. It's part of being human." They explored the roots of Milo's fears, the childhood incidents, the societal pressures. Dr. Rodriguez taught him coping strategies, deep breaths, positive affirmations, and the power of "I am enough." Graduation day arrived. Milo stood at the podium, knees trembling. His classmates watched, curious. "Today," he began, "I want to talk about storms, the ones inside us." He shared his journey, the sleepless nights, the shaky hands, and the breakthroughs. Applause erupted, and Milo felt sunlight pierce through her clouds. Milo's recovery wasn't linear. Anxiety still visited, but now he welcomed it as an old friend. He blogged about mental health, creating a safe space for others. His scars became badges of courage. Fear no longer paralyzed him. It propelled. Milo's story reminds us that healing isn't about erasing anxiety. It's about learning to dance with it. He found his rhythm, and in doing so, he discovered resilience, community, and hope. Milo's journey teaches us that even in the darkest moments, there's a glimmer of light waiting to guide us. If you ever feel overwhelmed, remember that you're not alone, and seeking help is a courageous step forward.